Thomas Jefferson was born on April 13, 1743. April 2, 1743. Old Style. Julian calendar. At the family's Shadwell plantation in the British colony of Virginia, the third of 10 children. He was of English, and possibly Welsh, descent and was born a British subject. His father, Peter Jefferson, was a planter and surveyor who died when Jefferson was 14. His mother was Jane Randolph. Peter Jefferson moved his family to Tuckahoe Plantation in 1745 upon the death of William Randolph III, the plantation's owner and Jefferson's friend, who in his will had named Peter guardian of Randolph's children. The Jeffersons returned to Shadwell in 1752. In 1753, Thomas attended the wedding of his uncle Field Jefferson to Mary Allen Hunt, and Field became a close friend and early mentor. Jefferson's father Peter died in 1757, and his estate was divided between his sons Thomas and Randolph. John Harvey Sr. then became 13-year-old Thomas's guardian. Thomas inherited approximately 5,000 acres, 2,000 hectares, 7.8 square miles, of land, which included Monticello, and he assumed full legal authority over the property at age 21. Jefferson began his education together with the Randolph children at Tuckahoe under the guidance of tutors. Thomas's father Peter, who was self-taught and regretted not having a formal education, entered Thomas into an English school at age 5. In 1752, at age 9, he attended a local school run by a Scottish Presbyterian minister and also began studying the natural world, which he grew to love. At this time he began studying Latin, Greek, and French, while learning to ride horses as well. Thomas also read books from his father's modest library. He was taught from 1758 to 1760 by the Reverend James Morey near Gordonsville, Virginia, where he studied history, science, and the classics while boarding with Morey's family. Jefferson then befriended and came to know various American Indians, including the famous Cherokee chief Ostenico, who often stopped at Shadwell to visit on their way to Williamsburg to trade. During the 2 years Jefferson was with the Morey family, he traveled to Williamsburg and was a guest of Colonel John Dandridge, father of Martha Washington. In Williamsburg, the young Jefferson met and came to admire Patrick Henry, 8 years his senior, and shared a common interest in violin playing. Jefferson entered the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia in 1761 at age 16 and studied mathematics, metaphysics, and philosophy with William Small. Under Small's tutelage, Jefferson encountered the ideas of the British empiricists, including John Locke, Francis Bacon, and Isaac Newton. Small introduced Jefferson to George Wythe and Francis Fauquier. Small, Wythe, and Fauquier recognized Jefferson as a man of exceptional ability and included him in their inner circle, where he became a regular member of their Friday dinner parties where politics and philosophy were discussed. Jefferson later wrote that, while there, he heard more common good sense, more rational and philosophical conversations than in all the rest of my life. During his first year at the college, Jefferson spent a considerable amount of time attending parties and dancing and was not very frugal with his expenditures. In his second year, regretting that he felt he had squandered away time and money in his first year, he committed studying 15 hours a day. Jefferson improved his French and Greek and his skill at the violin. He graduated 2 years after starting, in 1762. He read the law under Wythe's tutelage to obtain his law license while working as a law clerk in his office. He also read a wide variety of English classics and political works. Jefferson was well read in a broad variety of subjects, which, along with law and philosophy, included history, natural law, natural religion, ethics, and several areas in science, including agriculture. Overall, he drew very deeply on the philosophers. During the years of study under the watchful eye of Wythe, Jefferson authored a survey of his extensive readings in his commonplace book. Wythe was so impressed with Jefferson that he later bequeathed his entire library to him. In July 1765, Jefferson's sister Martha married his close friend and college companion Dabney Carr, which was greatly pleasing to Jefferson. In October of that year, however, Jefferson mourned his sister Jane's unexpected death at age 25. He wrote a farewell epitaph for her in Latin.